Hey, come and say hello to the chefs in Nepal. We are in the kitchen. You know, we have had a few Nepalese chefs with us here in the kitchen, and some of them have stayed actually in Copenhagen. They got a job.
He's asking what are the challenges you face every day in cooking?
Come on, man. I mean, the challenges are all the time. It's we have experienced when we've had cooks from Nepal is that the Nepalese people in spirit are very shy and maybe are not the first to speak up if there is something. We are right now in the entrance of the restaurant, and the guests, they walk through here. We have one of our kitchens.
So much for your time, chef. It means a lot to us. And from your busy schedule,
No, we're not busy at all. We have nothing to do.
We can see that.
Super bored.
This is life-changing experiences for all of us. And
everybody speaks English?
Yes. Some are very, very good. Some are okay. Yeah. Try.
So is there no ladies in the cooking school there or what? No girls?
There were two girls. There were new two girls who just joined the classes, but somehow they missed it today.
Right. Okay. Got it. So what do you guys want to talk about?
We want to have some question for you, sir.
Okay. Yeah,
hang on.
Wants to ask.
I'm just going to go in here because there's a little disturbance in the energy field. No. Okay.
All right. Go
Yeah.
Okay, so we want to ask some question for you so that we get more motivated. So can I?
Yes.
So what are the challenges that you daily faces in your life?
He's asking what are the challenges you face every day in cooking?
Come on, man. I mean, the challenges are all the time. It's there are more or less only challenges, and you live from the small rewards that comes once in a while. But it is overcoming challenges constantly, particularly in a kitchen. As you know, it is a constant changing seasons. Ingredients show up, they change. People are, your staff changes. You know, new menus, new organizations. I will have to say, working in a restaurant is full of challenges all the time. And you have to be very, very ready to throw yourself into a very big mountain climb, you know.
Okay, sir.
And once in a while you reach a mountain top, and that feels so good. But then there's another mountain.
Right. That's what is Noma 2.0.
How's it going with 2.2?
Yeah.
It's going really well. We're very happy. We've been open a year and some months, and it's going very well. We're starting to find our rhythm. You know, it's not easy. It takes a long time to figure out how we're going to work together, even though that we have spent many years before that. But still, moving to a new place is a time of great adaptation, and you know, you need patience. So I think we need another full year to really find our rhythm together. It's the whole week is gone, you know. There's no more time. But if I had more time, I would read more. I really love to read. If I had more time, I would try to be a better father and spend more time with my kids' homework. And if I had more time, I would learn how to swim really well. I don't know how to swim very well.
You should come to our part of the world with a lot of lakes and rivers.
Yeah.
Okay,
They're probably crazy cold, right?
there are
It's not cold out here.
there are parts which are cold. Where we are is okay, chef. It's nice.
That sounds.
And, somebody else, please. All of them are shocked.
Hello, chef.
How are you?
I'm fine, chef. Chef, how to maintain consistency in the
Say that again.
how to maintain consistency in the
He's asking how to maintain consistency while working.
I mean, yeah, it's how to maintain consistency is
Okay, somebody wants. He's really busy. Somebody wants to. He's also really passionate about cooking. Good
afternoon, chef.
Good afternoon.
And I have a question for you. What advice do you give to culinary students like us?
Can you say that a little louder because I can't hear it, or maybe you can repeat.
Chef, he's asking what advice would you give to students like him, culinary students who are just beginning their career.
I mean, it's always difficult to give advice to students that are on the other side of the world, because I know that in Nepal you have different challenges that we don't face at all in Scandinavia in terms of life, just general life and opportunity. And we have had a few Nepalese chefs with us here in the kitchen, and some of them have stayed actually in Copenhagen. They got a job. But the most important thing is to learn how to cook, and you don't learn how to cook by spending 3 months, 6 months, 7 months in one place. You have to find yourself a master, and you have to spend years at one place. That is really important. And it might take you a while to find that master. You might have to travel, you might have to read, you might have to study a lot, and then go somewhere and you really commit to one place to really teach you the basics of cooking. And that takes a long time. There's no way around it. I would say it's a minimum of 4 years at one place to commit yourself. And then after that, traveling, experiencing other cultures, other ways of looking at food. But first of all, stick to one place. Once you find one place, you have to stick to it, and you have to really learn and be patient. This is really important. I feel a lot of, particularly now, part of the world, a lot of people they are just running from one job to another, and I find that to be wrong. Me personally, I had 2 jobs only before I actually became a sous chef in a kitchen.
Okay.
How old is everyone here?
How old are you guys? Chef, nobody is older than 22, I guess. So
Okay.
18 to 22, max 21.
Yeah. That's great. I mean, I was 15 when I started in a kitchen myself.
2004 was Noma 1.
How what?
I said 2004 was Noma 1.
2003 we opened.
Okay.
And I was 25 years old.
Right. How was your experience at that time?
He is one of the chef instructors, chef.
Yeah, I mean, to be 25 years old, nobody expected Noma to be what it is today, of course. You don't open up thinking that it's going to be part of a real change in food. Can you have the 2 minutes, Nasuf? Sorry, it's just the vacuum cleaner here. Nobody expected that Noma were to be part of this transformation and change. So it was a very different time. I mean, for those of you who are so young, I mean, back then it was considered to be wild not to have a tablecloth on the table. That was like completely wild. We did that, and that was like, wow, how can you do that? You're crazy. And today it doesn't make any sense. It seems like, so what, right? For instance, 16 years ago, we banned smoking in restaurants, and that was considered completely, you're going to ruin your own restaurant. People can't smoke after the meal inside of the restaurant. It was just a very different time. There was no social media. There was no Instagram. Facebook was just a tiny little thing that nobody even knew about. You were still reading books when you needed knowledge. You didn't just log on to Instagram. And so it was also a world that was much more slow. I mean, in 2003, we couldn't be doing what we're doing right now, for instance.
This is a dream come true.
Yeah.
Nobody would imagine what's happening right now.
Yeah.
And we also, I'm going to show you at the end the student who said your name. Everybody inspired by your work, but there was particular one student who said his dream is to become, he's inspired by Chef Rene. But I'm going to allow him to ask the questions at the end. Somebody else want to ask Chef question? Okay.
What it take to be a part of your team?
Can you say that again?
What it take to be a part of your team?
I mean, to actually work here, on a contract, not. I mean, I'm saying just being an intern. That is a difficult job. First of all, we have a wait list. We have around 1,000 people applying every month here. And I always say that working here is like if you play football and you play at Real Madrid, it's there's a lot of great footballers, but there's only 11 that play on Real Madrid's team, or FC Barcelona's team. So it is. It's not easy. It is, but it doesn't matter where you worked before. It's all about your attitude and your mentality. If you have the drive and the power to continue and the willingness to learn and adapt to any situation, then you can go incredibly far. It doesn't matter that you haven't worked at many great restaurants in Europe or Asia or wherever. Your attitude is the number one and most important thing. If you have that, you will learn very quickly.
Thank you so much, Chef. And would you ask? Chef, what do you like to do besides cooking? What's your maybe?
I am a father of 3 daughters. So whenever I am not whenever I am not working, I'm a father, and that's actually takes a lot of your time. Besides that, I actually like to work out. I do 1 hour workout every day. I also do meditations every day. Meditate for 30 minutes, a breathing meditation every day, which I enjoy a lot. And I study twice a week also Qigong and Kung Fu.
Wow.
And with those things, it's the whole week is gone. There's no more time. But if I had more time, I would read more. I really love to read. If I had more time, I would try to be a better father and spend more time with my kids' homework. And if I had more time, I would learn how to swim really well. I don't know how to swim very well.
You should come to our part of the world with a lot of lakes and rivers.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're probably crazy cold, right?
There are
It's not cold out here.
there are parts which are cold. Where we are is it's okay, chef. It's nice.
That sounds.
And, somebody else, please. All of them are shocked.
Hello, chef.
How are you?
I'm fine, chef. Chef, how to maintain consistency in the
Say that again.
how to maintain consistency in the
He's asking how to maintain consistency while working.
I mean, yeah, it's how to maintain consistency is, yeah. I mean, it's the question could also be how do you stay motivated? Because if you are motivated in your work, you will find yourself being very consistent at it. And being motivated is something that is a great challenge. And you cannot only depend on your work to keep you motivated. You can do so many things for yourself to stay motivated, to keep learning, to challenge yourself on a daily basis. I remember when I was a student, if we were chopping something, I would watch everyone else and I would try to chop faster than everyone else. If we were peeling onions, I would try to peel more than anyone else. So even the most simple jobs became something of a motivation to try to challenge yourself, And I think staying motivated is very hard. You go through your career and through your personal life, you will have ups and downs where you don't feel motivated. It's very normal. So being able to have these small personal techniques to keep you motivated, that's very important.
Great. You guys heard? Yes, he's the one who surprisingly said your name, and which motivated myself to write you an email.
Hello. Nice to see you. What's your name?
My name is Anil Bhuzel.
Anil?
Anil Bhuzel. Anil Bhuzel.
Anil Bhuzel.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Chef, I want to ask you that you have different chefs from different part of the world. So how do you train your chefs to meet your standards?
That is difficult. That is difficult. I have to say, because it is difficult working with people from all over the world. We have people right now from Africa, from Asia, from all over Europe, and people grow up in a very different mentality and a different mindset. We also have people from the Middle East, for instance. I mean, we have people that never worked with a woman before in their entire lives. We have Muslims that never worked with a Jewish person, and that also happens in our kitchen. And we have people that's grown up, never been away from their mother and father in their entire life. We have people that come here that's never even washed their own clothes in their entire life. Seriously, this is not that uncommon. If you're, I'll bet you some of you guys have never washed your own clothes. Huh? What about you? You with the glasses. You with the glasses. So when you have this big group of people, and some of them might be very green, they have never really held a knife in their hands in a proper way. I don't mean this in any disrespect, but when you go to a school, it's only the first really tiny step to being in the industry. They give you an opening to actually step into the cooking world. It is a whole different level that you need to experience when you have to move fast and when you have to chop. So for us, how we work together is that we try to give thorough explanations of what we expect from people when they start. But we do leave it quite a lot up to people themselves. This is something that is extremely important. You cannot expect people to do the work for you. You cannot expect people to take care of your own career or you can only hope to be lucky that somebody pushes you forward. That will only be luck in your career. Most of the time, you have to do all the work yourself. You have to climb the mountains. If you're lucky, there will be a goat behind you that helps you up, you know. But it is really up to you. So for us, we try to facilitate and explain people what's going to happen, what's going on, and then it is up to you to be generous, to be open, to connect to your colleagues, to take the first step, to not be too shy, which is actually a problem that we have experienced when we've had cooks from Nepal, is that the Nepalese people in spirit are very shy and maybe are not the first to speak up if there is something. I'm not saying that people should be shouters, but I'm just saying you should grab your opportunity more, you know, and take the first step. This is really important. Take the first always. Don't be shy, and don't be afraid to look like an idiot for 5 minutes.
You see? Do you hear it? Right. Who wants to look like an idiot now? Come on. Come on. You guys, Chef? Bishop, you got something for Chef? I'm gonna bring it here. All right. I'm gonna go a little inside. All right.
Good afternoon, sir. Nice to meet you.
Good afternoon.
It's been a pleasure to see you. I have a question for you.
Yeah, I'm ready.
What does it take to be like you?
To be like me? Oh, you know, I will tell you very briefly my life story, because you know, obviously your life story influences you quite a lot. But my life story is that my family, they come from Muslim immigrants in the former in the former Yugoslavian Republic. This is a country in Europe that no longer exists because of war. And my family, they escaped that war and we moved to Denmark. My mother is Danish, but my father is Albanian. And so, you know, I've grown up in a very simple house, immigrant family, not many opportunities. Ever since I was very young, I wanted I wanted a success. That's it. You know, I mean, I just wanted a success. I wanted a success so much that when I was in my 20s, I worked like so crazy, and I told myself, I don't even care if I die. I just want the success. You know, it was this sort of incredible. I mean, obviously, it is a bit too much, of course. I think different now because I'm older and I have kids and so on. But it was just a crazy drive to wanting to succeed something, and it's, you know, it's, you have to imagine that you're standing and you're looking at a highway. And either you find a way to get on the highway, or else you're not going to be on the highway, you know. And I found a way to go on the highway, and I wanted to also to be the one that went the fastest on the highway. And then if you have that determination, you can go pretty far. You really can. But just remember, don't ever hurt any people on your way. Don't do that. I have done that a few times because I'm too angry in the kitchen. But don't do it. Be respectful. Be still kind and generous to other people. You know? Do not be an asshole. It's really important. It's gonna hurt you later on in life. Hey, I'm gonna take you around the restaurant so you can see that.
Wow, thanks so much.
Can I flip this around somehow? Is that possible on the computer? No, there's no. Okay. I might just do like this. Can you hear me if I?
Yes.
We are right now in the entrance of the restaurant, and the guests, they walk through here. We have one of our kitchens right here, and everybody's preparing for dinner. This is Ben. He's the head chef. This is Merrick. He's the sous chef. Merrick is from Australia, and Ben, he is actually from Canada, but has Hong Kongese descent. This is he's my cousin. This is the restaurant in here, and we seat around 40 people. This here is Annika.
Hello.
Annika.
She's the general manager.
Nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you.
Back there is David Zill. He's the head of the fermentation lab. And we have Peter Kreiner. He's the general manager or the CEO of the entire company. And then we have this very healthy looking man. Hello. From England. Then we go down here to this. I hope that the internet will last. I'm Skype chef school from Nepal. Young students. What is the language you speak in Nepal? What?
Namaste, guys.
Namaste. Okay.
We speak Nepali, and Namaste is widely used. So all things gonna do Namaste to Noma and yourself and to all the staff.
Thank you so much. We don't have anyone that speaks Nepalese here in the kitchen, do we? No. Then we're gonna go. We're going down the hallway, and I'm gonna show you the staff canteen. What's up, buddy? This is Nate.
Hi guys.
Hi, Nate.
Chef in the kitchen. He's from America. This here is our staff canteen in here, where we eat twice a day. And then in here we have the fermentation lab. This is this is where we do all the science work, and we have a team here dedicated to that. So I'm Skyping with a Nepalese cooking school. Yeah. I'm from Nepal. And we're showing them how things work here, yeah. And so I was thinking one thing, because it's a little interesting what's going on here in the fermentation lab. I was gonna pass it on to one of the team members in here, and then he can show you a little bit about what's going on in here. Is that okay for you?
Thank you, Chef.
Okay. This also means that I'll be saying goodbye now, and I'll be passing you on to the next one. Okay?
Thank you, Chef.
Thank you
Last
so
namaste.
much.
Like last namaste from Nepal.
We will speak another time.